Gregory Gray. Yeah. Come on, Greg.
Have you ever felt like in your life that everything was just falling apart? Ever felt like everything around you was just going wrong? Anything that could go wrong was going wrong, and it was just nothing you can do about it. You ever felt like that? Yeah, me too. And it seems like the most logical question to ask yourself is, what do I do? What do I do? But I believe that we may just be asking ourselves the wrong question. The question isn't, what do I do? The question is, who do I become? Who do I become? You see, it was the 1.0 version of yourself that got you to where you are today. But it's gonna take the 2.0 version of yourself to get you to where you're going. Yeah. It's gonna take the 2.0 version of yourself to get you to where you're going. Everybody say 2.0. 2.0.
2.0.
Yeah. You see, studies show that those who have what they call a fixed mindset, they're less likely to achieve their goals. They're more likely to suffer from anxiety, depression. But those who have what they call a growth mindset, they're more likely to overcome depression or anxiety when hard times come.
Let's go.
They're more likely to perform at a much higher level. So it's more costly to stay your 1.0 self, much more expensive than the cost you will pay for becoming your 2.0 self. See, I remember a time in my life where everything was going perfect. I mean, everything was going perfect, right? For a young man from Compton, California, honestly, things couldn't be going better. I moved to Houston, Texas, and I started a moving company that was performing much better than I thought it ever could, right? We were making the most money that we could ever make. My team was happy, our morale was up, life was amazing. 5 years before that, I had already married the woman of my dreams. She helped me build this company. She helped build me. She was the only person at the time that believed in me, and I knew she believed in me. We had just moved into our new home, and just as a token of my appreciation, I had just bought her a new car, right? I mean, she helped me become the man I am. She helped me build this jewel. She deserved that and so much more. Like I said, life was amazing. And then out of nowhere, in 2022, in Houston, Texas, post-COVID, the housing market just came to a sudden halt. Houses weren't selling and people weren't buying. And like I said, we own one of the greatest moving companies there, but if houses aren't selling and people aren't buying, then we ain't moving, right? Slowly but surely, I saw our company bank account just deplete. All the way to the negative. We couldn't even afford payroll. We had to borrow from our personal account to satisfy payroll. Company account losing, our personal account depleting. It wasn't just about these accounts that were going into the negative. My emotional account was depleted. My emotional account was depleted. I felt worthless. I couldn't satisfy my team. I couldn't satisfy my wife, my lover, and the mother of my kids. I couldn't satisfy my family. As a man, I felt worthless. So I began to self-medicate, right? I turned to alcohol. I turned to pornography. Anything to feel better. But if that wasn't bad enough, I began to self-sabotage my marriage. I just felt like I wasn't worthy of it anymore. I guess I was just so used to earning love. I just wasn't worthy of it anymore. Until one day, I was listening to a guy named David Goggins.
Yes.
Who knows who David Goggins is, right? Who gonna carry the logs, right? David Goggins, and he reminded me that nobody was coming to save me. But not just me, no one was gonna save my company, and no one was gonna save my family. It was gonna have to be me. How can I do that as my 1.0 self? I didn't have it. So I knew right then that I had to become a better version of myself. I had to become 2.0. I had to become a new me. So what I did, I got my hands on any book that talked on business and finances. I was on my way to become my 2.0 self. I grabbed any book that talked about relationship and marriage, right? On self-development. I was on my way to becoming that person. And I became that person. I lost the weight. I ran my first half marathon. I preserved my family. We preserved my family. And honestly, I became 2.0. My message here today is that if you're gonna become a better person, achieve that greater life, you can't do it as your 1.0 self. You gotta become 2.0.